There is something I have noticed about floods. Television cameras always arrive when the water is high. News reporters stand in flooded streets. People are pushing their cars. Children are swimming where buses should be driving. Everybody is recording videos. Everybody is talking about the rain. But nobody goes back 3 days later when the cameras are gone. When the hashtags have stopped trending. When the water has disappeared. That's when the real story begins. Welcome back to Insurance Capsule. My name is Shaya. A few mornings after one of those heavy downpours in Lagos, I was thinking randomly about something. Not the flooded roads, not the traffic, not even the houses underwater. I kept thinking about one small neighborhood supermarket. You know the kind. The owner knows almost everybody on the street. You can buy bread today and pay tomorrow. Children stop there after school to buy biscuits. The owner has watched some of those children grow up. Now imagine that shop. Not while it's flooding, after. The water is all gone. The owner unlocks the door. The smell hits first. Not the smell of fresh bread, not the smell of groceries, but actually the smell of dirty flood water. He walks in quietly. The freezer isn't humid anymore. The drinks are warm. Cartons of noodles have collapsed on the floor. Rice has soaked up muddy water. Cooking oil bottles are floating on their sides. He bends down, picks up a loaf of bread, squeezes it. Water was running through his fingers. He drops it, of course. And he does something that almost nobody talks about. He picks up a calculator. Not because he wants to count bread, because he's trying to calculate his future. School fees, house rent, salary for the young boy who helps in the shop, the money he borrowed from the supplier, the loan he is still repaying. This isn't just damaged stock anymore. It is 10 years of early mornings, 10 years of closing late, 10 years of saying business is small, but we are actually managing. All gone. Not because he made a bad decision, not because he was lazy, not because he didn't work hard enough, just because he grinned. You see, that's what floods do. They don't only destroy buildings, they interrupt lives. And here is the part many of us never think about. The flood ends on Wednesday, but the consequences may still be there till December. Because while everyone else has gone back to normal, that shop owner is still trying to answer one painful question. How do I start again? Now let me ask a random question. If that was your business, what would you do? Would your savings be enough? Would family and friends contribute? Would you borrow? Or would you shut the doors and hope for another opportunity? This is where I think many Nigerians misunderstand insurance. Insurance isn't a reward for experiencing a disaster. It is not free money. And it certainly doesn't erase the emotional pain of losing something you have worked hard to build. What it tries to do is something much simpler. It helps reduce financial shock. Because recovering emotionally is already hard enough. You shouldn't have to carry the entire financial burden alone. Now here is something many business owners don't know. Not every insurance policy automatically covers flood damage. Some property policies may include flood as one of the insured perils. Others may not. Some may require it to be specifically included. That is why one of the most important questions you can ask isn't, do I have insurance? It is, what exactly does my policy cover? That single question can make all the difference after a disaster. And if your property has already been affected by flooding, don't rush to throw everything away. Take photographs, record videos, prepare a list of damaged items. Notify your insurer or your insurance broker as quickly as possible. If you have a policy that may respond, those simple steps can make the claims process much smoother. But even if you don't have insurance today, please don't switch off this video yet, because this next part is for you. Go home today. Walk through your house. Walk through your shop. Walk through your office. Look around carefully, then ask yourself one question. If heavy rain entered this building tonight, what would I regret losing the most? The answer tells you what you should start protecting. Maybe it's your stock, or your document, or electronics, or business records. Preparation doesn't always begin with spending money. Sometimes it begins with asking better questions. Guess what? The rain will come again, that is almost certain. What we don't know is whose door it will stop at next. I'm not saying this to make you afraid. I am saying it because preparation is one of the greatest acts of responsibility. Not just for yourself, but for the people who depend on you. Life will always surprise us, but financial surprises don't always have to become financial disasters. This is Insurance Capsule. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and follow us for insights like this. See you on the next episode.